NBA playoffs are in full effect, and tonight we found out our first conference semifinals playoff matchup. It's going to be the first-seeded Milwaukee Bucks against the fourth-seeded Boston Celtics. Both teams swept their first-round playoff matchup, which wasn't a shock, but I definitely expected more from the opposing teams. If Boston's games with Indiana were at least close, Milwaukee just brushed the room with the Pistons. In my initial playoff predictions, I had Milwaukee winning the series over Detroit 4-1. See, I thought that Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond could dominate, and the coaching of Dwayne Casey would get them one game. Game 3 to be exact. But I did mention if they don't get Game 3, it's a sweep, which it was. And I had Boston beating Indiana in a closer series, 4-2. I figured both teams would get their first two home games, and then Boston would close out the series on the road. They did just that, but earlier. So I was right about the winner, just wrong about the games. But enough about the past. Let's look towards the first Eastern Conference Semifinals. During the regular season, both teams met 3 times. Boston won the first matchup but lost the next 2, albeit the second loss was only by 1 point on the road in Milwaukee. In the regular season, Milwaukee Bucks had the best offense, scoring 118.1 points per game, a mark that was the best in the league. A lot of those points came from 3-pointers. The Bucks hit the second most 3-pointers in the league, 13.5 per game, and percentage-wise, they were the 14th best team in the league, making 35.3% of their 3-pointers. Bucks were the 7th best passing team in the league, averaging 26 assists per game. Bucks were also the best rebounding team in the league with almost 50 boards a game. They especially excelled around their own basket, averaging 40.4 defensive rebounds per game. Speaking of defense, the Bucks allowed opponents to score 109.3 points, which was the 11th best mark in the league. But playing against the Bucks, opponents shot only 43.3% from the floor, which was the absolute best mark in the league. They didn't guard the 3-point line particularly well. Opponents hit 36.1% of threes against them, the 8th worst in the league. On Boston's side, they had the 14th best offense in the league during the regular season, scoring 112.4 points per game. They hit the 6th most 3-pointers per game with 12.6, and percentage-wise, they were 7th best, making 36.5% of their threes. Boston was the 5th best passing team in the league, averaging 26.3 assists per game. Boston Celtics were the 9th worst rebounding team in the league, averaging only 44.5 rebounds per game. Defensively, Celtics held their opponents to 108 points per game, the 8th best mark in the league. Opponents made only 44.8% of their field goals, which was the 4th best mark in the league. But Boston also guarded the 3-point line. Opponents made only 34.4% of their 3-pointers, the 7th best mark in the league. Those are stats from the regular season, but let's look at the series. Let's look at X factors. First of all, it's experience. The Bucks just haven't been to a bunch of playoff games, while the Celtics were a step away from NBA Finals just a year ago. Kyrie has won the championship before, and I'm sure he knows how to do it again. Secondly, how is Gordon Hayward going to perform? He had a good Game 4, but otherwise, the series against the Pacers has been mostly forgettable. Does he have more games like Game 4 or like Game 3 when he had 6 points on 2 of 7 shooting? Thirdly, and quite possibly most importantly, how are they going to guard Giannis? We know he can't shoot, so he has to get inside. Can Horford stop him? Probably not, but can he limit Giannis to 20-25 points per game? I would think so. The Celtics need to pick a game plan. It's similar to how they used to play against LeBron and his teams. It's either let him explode and limit all the other parts around him, or limit him and let the others do the carrying. Bledsoe has been playing well offensively lately, but he should have his hands full with Kyrie on defense, so I think that's why in this series his offense will suffer. Can Brook Lopez be that great defender in the middle against the Celtics? I think he's not that good during this series. I also think that Bucks will hit less three-pointers than they did during the regular season, which will ultimately be a major factor in the series. Let's look at both teams and compare them. The Bucks have the best player, the best all-around team, but I think Celtics are a deeper team. Coaches are pretty much a wash, as I think both are great minds. I just think that it's easier to stop a superstar that can't shoot. The Game 1 will tell us a lot. If the Celtics manage to steal Game 1 from the Bucks, I think Celtics win the series in 6 games. If that doesn't happen, I can see the series going 7 games with the Boston Celtics still prevailing. The Bucks are definitely good, but I'm not sure if they are that good yet. They weren't really tested against Detroit Pistons in the first round of the playoffs, while Celtics, even though also swept the Pacers, the games were close. They had to do comebacks and they were more in a playoff mode, if you will. That's why I think Game 1 is the most important game of this series. If Bucks take Game 1, they have a chance. If they don't, I think Celtics are a lock to win the series. My end prediction? Boston takes Game 1 and win the series in 6 games, 4-2. Thanks for watching, guys. How do you see this series panning out? What are your X factors for this series? Maybe you see a surprise sweep here? Whatever your thought is, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, drop a like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's grow together. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.
Perfect. 10 so dark you cannot see who I'm riding with. Diamond glisten all up in my watch, can't tell what time it is. Diamond clusters all up in my watch, they got you blind as shit. I tied a beat up, then I fucking yeah, I'm on some violent shit. Woo! Don't wanna tell you again. Woo! I might tell the bitch to bring a friend. Drop the top and open up the roof, now